I wanted to mention with successful implementation is there's two kinds of AI initiatives that are the ones that are the most successful. The ones that fail are when you're trying to use AI in a broad way or a not very tightly defined way. Instead, what you're looking for is either some kind of a process that you can think of as like a flow chart. I'll think of like an email categorization, for example. If an email comes in and it's someone asking for help, support email, then move it down that pipeline. Next, and by the way, splitting the logic steps is really and is an important way to increase accuracy as well. That is just a tiny tip. But
Yeah.
maybe the next step is like how urgent is the support request? And that's like another AI does just that little tiny logic step. And by using little mini AIs, you're paying like fractions of a penny instead of a lot for trying to do all of the processing in one AI right away is not only more error prone, but more costly. So you can then do a little tiny one for what urgency does it have. And you tell the AI, if you can't figure it out, mark it urgent, right? Because like I'd rather get false positives. So in that kind of a situation, you're having just very discrete micro steps, right? And if there's a problem in one step, you can also fix it more easily because you're breaking it up into many little steps instead of one big one. The other kinds of AI projects that work are ones where you're taking thinking, your logical thinking, for example, if you're trying to do like a dynamic pricing thing, and maybe you have like five different factors that you take into account. And so you have, and maybe, so if you can document, and it could be also like an onboarding process with clients where you ask them normally five questions. Like if you can document that whole process that you do to arrive at your recommendation or decision or what kind of solution you're recommending, that's also a prime candidate for AI. So anything it can be either a logic tree or workflow process. Those are your best bets to having really good success with your AI. And then, of course, attaching it back to like the ROI, like this is going to save you 5 hours a week. And you can get that. So you can quantify that and then you can translate it back into how much time or money it's going to take you to build it. Kind of looking for that like sweet spot of like 3 months to 1 year ROI. If you can do it, 2 years maybe, but like not over two, I would say, if you're trying to do
Yeah,
something
I
and
agree.
that complicated, like just wait. If it's going to take more than 2 years to ROI, because things are going to keep getting better, but anything that you can figure out, and if you can do these small little projects too, there can be this emergent quality from it as well, because each of these solutions you build is perpetually going to derive value for you. And that's also a reason why a lot of these companies are putting so much investment and risk into this. Because if you get it right, it's paying you back forever.